Welcome to our assembly tutorial. Before we begin, make sure the frame surface is free from any dents or scratches. If there are any issues, feel free to contact the manufacturer. Firstly, let's check the frame surface for dents or scratches. Ensure the frame is intact, and if you find any problems, contact the manufacturer promptly. Next, we'll proceed with the assembly of basic components, including the seat post clamp, motor, oil tube, and rear brake. Let's assemble each part one by one. Install the seat post clamp to prevent deformation when fitting it onto the seat tube. Adjust the gear ear on the derailleur for optimal shifting performance. Attach the kickstand using a 4 mm internal hex wrench. Install the wires, one for the instrument, gray, and one for the front light, purple. Thread them through the left hole of the lead tube. Follow by threading the tail light and sensor wires through the same hole, entering the mid-drive motor. Secure the sensor with screws. For the rear disc brake, thread it through the brake hole from the rear and exit from the front port. Attach the rear oil tube to the frame. Thread the gear shift line tube through the designated hole, exiting from the front port. In the wiring arrangement of the vehicle, the power line, instrument line, and front light line need to pass from the bottom beam to the middle pipe. Simultaneously, the tail light line and sensor line need to pass through from the junction of the vehicle, extending towards the front. Guide the power wire through the hole in the lower beam pipe. Route the power instrument and front light wires from the lower beam to the mid pipe. Thread the tail light and sensor wires through the fork, coming out in the front. Assemble the motor, ensuring that the wires are neat, avoiding pressure on power, oil, and gear shift lines. Confirm that the 3 front wires can be pulled after installation. If there is resistance, check for any misplaced connections. Secure the motor with 3 fixed screws. Thread the bolts through, ensuring each one is in its place. Tighten the nuts to fix the motor in position. Identify and align the 6 wires according to their designated slots. First wire, power wire. Second wire, reserved. Third wire, instrument socket. Fourth wire, front light socket. Fifth wire, tail light socket. Sixth wire, sensor socket. After aligning the wires, straighten them and proceed with motor casing assembly, left and right side panels along with the bottom panel, using a total of 12 screws. Ensure the holes align before sequentially tightening the screws, 4 for the left panel, 4 for the right panel, and 4 for the bottom panel. Install the chain ring, followed by placing the lock ring. Reverse screw to 35N.M and verify with a torque wrench. Mount the crank, distinguishing between left and right, L, R. Screw in with a torque of 40 to 45N.M, rotating 180 degrees. Install both screws simultaneously, aiming to avoid misalignment issues. Gently place the bowl set into the head tube. Find a partner to ensure safety. Check the bottom of the front fork to ensure a seamless connection with the frame. Use professional tools to install the front fork headset, ensuring a secure fit. Insert the front fork vertically into the frame, ensuring the linear ring, compression cap, and two spacer rings are installed in the correct order. Use a 5 mm wrench to tighten the screws, with a torque of 10 newtons per meter. Shake the front fork to ensure smooth movement, and finally tighten the remaining screws. Install the hydraulic brake on the left fork leg, tighten the screws. And organize the brake cable. Secure the mudguard support rod with screws, using a 3 mm hex wrench. Install the L-shaped washer on the front fork, remove the rubber from the screw with a tool, and then install the screw. Use screws to connect the front mudguard to the L-shaped washer, tighten the washer and nut. Use M6*40 screws to secure the front light, and then tighten. Identify the corresponding screws, align with the lock hole below, and bottle cage hole above, screw in the screws, and then secure them to the frame. Tuck the taillight cable into the buckle, and finally thread it out from the hole. Attach the rear taillight to the rear rack. Then install the rear rack using screws to secure it to the frame. Align the holes and install the rear derailleur on the frame. First, remove the red spacer, fit it into the slot of the disc brake, turn to both sides, and tighten the screws. Install the chain by first lowering it from under the flywheel, then passing it over the top wheel from above, and securing it with a professional chain tool. Fine-tune the positioning of the large and small pieces manually. If the large piece cannot be installed, adjust the L screw manually to ensure proper installation. Insert the cable core into the tube, thread it out from the other end, then thread the cable core in, tighten it, and tighten the screws. Adjust the chain and wheel smoothly by manipulating the gear shifter handle. If adjustments are needed, adjust the tension of the L screw. Lock the front wheel in the suitable position and tighten the handle. Adjust the front fork horizontally, adjusting the tension with screws, and pay attention to the clearance. Rotate the front wheel to ensure there is no friction noise. Straighten the lines first, then place the lower saddle support, tighten the screws. Install the upper saddle support using the same steps and tighten the screws. Adjust the position with a key. Tighten and secure the lock switch with a screw, and test the rotation. Straighten the lines and place them in the groove, snap them into the buckle. Tighten the 4 screws, fix the position. It should be in a horizontal position, but the angle may vary. Adjust the angle of the handlebar using screws. Thread it into the left end of the handlebar and place it in a position accessible by hand. Thread the gear shifter lever from the other end of the handlebar. Insert the brake lever into the left and right ends of the handlebar. Install the grip, insert it completely, use a 3 mm hex wrench, and tighten the grip. Cut the brake lines according to the position of the gear shifter lever, using professional tools. Insert a thin needle into the brake line, insert it a bit, and then use a tool to tighten it. Insert the brake caliper sleeve onto the brake line, insert the brake line, tighten the screw, remove the yellow plastic plug on the brake caliper, insert the brake line, tighten the screw, remove the yellow plastic locking piece on the brake caliper, put on the brake caliper sleeve, and test whether the brake is usable and leak-proof. The same operation on the other side. If the brake line twists, adjust it by tightening the screws. Secure the hydraulic brake on the handlebar without over-tightening. Connect the instrument cable according to the arrow direction. Connect the front light cable, with red to positive pole and black to negative pole. The light indicates left heavy minus sign and right heavy plus sign. Cut 5 4 cm long springs to bind the cable. Place the springs, 2, into the brake lines, along with the instrument cable and light cable. Bundle the brake and gear shift lines together. If it is too long, push some of it down the tube. Use the connector to connect the wires and insert it into the back of the taillight. Pay attention to distinguishing the positive and negative poles on the connector. Connect the wires first, insert it, and then insert it into the back of the taillight. First, loosen the buckle, fit it onto the saddle, and then install it on the frame. Find the right angle, ensure that the buckle is within the specified range, and tighten the screws to complete the installation. Next, we will install the pedals. First, make sure to differentiate between left and right pedals, aligning them with the threads on the crank arms and pedals before tightening. Repeat this process for the other pedal. Install the battery on the ebike and test whether it can be moved out. Place one magnet on the outer side of the ebike, aligning it with the air valve. Install the other magnet on the inner side, ensuring alignment with the sensor. After installation, adjust the positions of the magnets to ensure proper alignment. Specifically, the magnet on the inner side should align with the marked position on the sensor. Ensure the magnets are securely tightened after proper alignment.